with Prabha. Prabha, maybe I could ask you to start just by giving a little introduction about yourself and what you do.
Good evening, Susan. Good evening, everyone. So I'm Prabha, the Dean of Studies and School Counselor at Collège du Saint-Esprit, which is a Roman Catholic boys-only school in Mauritius. It's among the three best boys' schools in our island, and I have just completed 33 years at this school.
Wow.
I'm also a chemistry teacher.
Amazing. Well, so Prabha, I mean, just to jump right in, first of all, on this year, 2020, and everything that's happened, how have you managed this year? How have you managed it? I think that's as a counsellor.
Yeah, that's the right word. So 2020, it sounded also magical. We were also excited about 2020. Yet, when we think about 2020, it brought the word that we have all come across, change. So 2020 started on a very good note for me, and then came 19th March 2020, the first local case of COVID-19. Followed by 20th of March, all schools closed down. And very soon, all shops, even the supermarkets closed down. And Mauritius experienced one of the strictest lockdowns in the world. So we were just taken so unawares that it was very difficult to know what is awaiting us. With all schools closed, we had to find new ways of getting to students. And the Ministry of Education stated that all teachers had to go onto online teaching. So this was quite disturbing for us educators, for the students, but we had to try to find means to be able to do so. For me personally, not being very technology versed, I started using WhatsApp, but after some time we realized that we had to try to find something more innovative. Then it was on to Google Classroom. But the challenges were there, just like for any other educator in any other country. Like the students not joining the classes, like the parents are interfering too much in the classes. So for me, as the Dean of Studies, as a chemistry teacher, as a school counselor, I told myself that I really need to find some means to get the students engaged. So the very first thing that I did was to write an email to the students, trying to motivate them to join the classes, and thankfully, after some time, they started to join the classes. And another, I should call it an opportunity, which came in the midst of so many difficulties, was the invitation to be a speaker on my first webinar on education. So I invited my students to join the webinar, and that was it. So after that, we had even the students joining the webinars on an international level, and this is something which really helped our students, which really helped our school. And 2020, despite very difficult for some people, really gave us opportunities. So we used the webinars like to help the students to build the soft skills and to get connected with the rest of the world. So 2020, instead of being simply a very difficult year, I'm so happy to say that we have been able to have so many opportunities with the help of the rest of the world.
That's amazing. It's amazing. And I think that thing about people pulling together just internationally and sharing experiences, sharing what they're going through. Do you think this year, more than ever in your 33 years experience, have you seen more of that than ever before? Just like coming together of educators around the world to share knowledge and help each other.
Definitely. If I compare 2020 without any exaggeration to whatever I have experienced till now, might be the last 15 years put together can't compare with 2020. And it's not only like engaging, like connecting in terms of academics, but it has been in terms of feelings, in terms of compassion being built up. It has been in terms of mutual sharing and also the mutual help that we have had from the experience of others. I think this is something really wonderful.
Yeah, it's amazing, really special. How has the IC3 community and being part of that, has that really helped as well this year?
Yes, definitely. So I should very briefly introduce IC3 into my life, if you don't mind. So I was just trying to get over being heartbroken when I did not get the scholarship to attend the International ACAC conference in 2018. So I just saw the IC3 annual conference, and I started talking to Namrata Pandey, who used to be a very active member, and she encouraged me to attend the conference. That was my first link with the IC3. So I was there in 2018. I couldn't resist it in 2019, and we had the wonderful opportunity to host the first regional forum in Africa in Mauritius, and Collège du Saint-Esprit did it. So a special bond, I should say, was settled with Ganesh, the ever so energetic Ganesh, with his team. And in 2019, I had attended a conference in Zimbabwe. And I really fell in love with Africa. So I told myself, whenever I get the opportunity to do something for Africa, I would do it. So when I met Ganesh and I started talking so enthusiastically about this conference I had attended in Zimbabwe, after 1 month, he asked me, Prabha, why don't we set up the IC3 Africa Committee? So I jumped on the opportunity, saying myself, that's it, bringing Africa together with IC3. But I should say that we have had lots of challenges, because right at the beginning, we tried to get people to join the movement, but it was quite difficult with all the challenges that they do have in Africa. For example, the internet connection, the connectivity problems. So what we did? Then we started talking to the people individually. So starting from zero delegate from Africa in January 2020, we have had 40 plus registrations from Africa, and I feel that it's really something wonderful, something amazing. So I'm so grateful that the two how would you say? The two institutions closest to my heart have been able to come together.
It's amazing. So inspiring to hear. So it's just before we went live, you were talking about the festival so far. And I think sometimes people might have the feeling that when something is virtual, it maybe, you know, it was different, definitely, but you might miss something. But in a way, I kind of felt that you were not saying the opposite, because obviously you love to come and meet people in person, but that you've really been, you know, getting so much out of it, just on a feeling level, heart, that community. Would you mind sharing some of that with us? Just, you know, some of that experience so far, what it's been like for you?
Yes, Susan, just like you said, that there is nothing compared to the physical hugs that we can give to other people. But the positive side of being virtual is that we can have so many people connecting together. Like some people will be having let's say they won't have the opportunity and they don't have the funding like to travel to the IC3, like for Africa. There are many people, the moment I talked about IC3, so their difficulty was in being able to pay the airfare, but they are able to join. And I would say that despite being physically far away from one another, I feel that the feeling is there. That, for example, we had the gratitude meeting last night, and it was so overwhelming in terms of feelings that I felt it so much with so many people being there. So I don't mind at all having this virtual connection this time. And another advantage is that when you have so many concurrent happenings in different rooms, like it's very difficult to move out physically from one room to the other. But when you're doing it virtually, I feel that the possibility is there.
Yeah.
I hope that we will be able to go back to being physical at IC3 next year. But I'm really enjoying whatever we are doing, whatever we are undergoing, we are experiencing right now.
Yeah, and I presume you'll be taking part in the dance party on Friday.
Hopefully, Susan, if I'm not burnt out already.
Something that you touched on a little earlier around it's something that I've heard talking to teachers quite a lot in the last few months is that whilst so this has been a really challenging time for students, and I think for teachers in particular, sometimes because they've taken on so much of that feeling of trying to look after their students and the dedication that they show to their students, that sometimes maybe the teachers themselves can get lost in the support, not always getting maybe the support on themselves because they're so much thinking about their students and how to best help their students during this year. Do you have any advice for teachers who have really struggling? Any advice you could give them?
Yes. The advice that I would give to teachers is make the most of this opportunity, because in many countries, schools have not started yet, but we started school in July already, after 3 months of lockdown, of schools being closed. So teachers love your students. Make the most of this opportunity to learn to know your students, even if it's virtually, but this is an opportunity that you will never get. I just cite one example. So I had one of my students who was quite shy in class. So he used to participate very less. But when we started the conversation through WhatsApp, through email, Google Classroom, so he was always the first one to be there. So I said, Huzaifa, how come? You are the first one to be here. When physically you were in class, you were always in a very remote place. So he told me, ma'am, I'm shy by nature, but by sharing through writing, through sharing of messages, I've just been able, you have helped me to build up this self-confidence. And when we came back physically, in person, in class, today I met his father, who told me, he's moved from a D in chemistry to an A in chemistry because he has this opportunity to build up his self-confidence. So make the most of this opportunity to encourage your students, help them build up this self-confidence, help them to build up soft skills, because once you're going to be back in person in class, it's all going to be the syllabus, and you won't have the same opportunity that 2020 has gifted to you.
Oh, that's amazing. Wise words there for everybody. Thank you. We'll definitely be sharing that. Do you have, if you had one wish for how you could change things or how things could be or improve, what would that be with that, within education? Is there anything that you've always thought, oh, I would love to change this or evolve this?
Yes, I would like to change the very concept of education from simply being connects human beings in a classroom, in a school, to an overall school in the world. Because I have experienced this connection during the pandemic, and I would wish deep from my heart that educators from all over the world could connect so that we could be able to help our students.
That's amazing. Well, it sounds like you're doing this in your part within both your work outside and within the IC3 movement, and just amazing what you're doing in Africa. And I think it is that bringing together. I said, before we came on air, I was lucky enough to grow up with be in an international school, have that diversity around me, and now I get so encouraged when I see young people that are interacting with other young people from all over the world, and I think that's the best, in terms of education and just breaking down boundaries that you meet human to human. It's been such a pleasure to chat with you today, Prabha. Thank you so much for taking the time. Before we finish, I have to ask you one last question, because I always like to ask this very light-hearted question. That if somebody said to you, right, Prabha, I have £1 million and I'm going to put it in your bank account, and you've got a mobile phone with an internet connection and 3 minutes to spend it, what would you buy?
What would I buy? I don't think I would buy anything. I would use that money to travel over the world.
Amazing.
There's nothing like connecting with people, living the lives together with the people. This is the best experience. This is the best gift that I could give to myself. And one thing that I'd like to share with you, in Mauritius, we have the opportunity to take a vacation leave of 210 days. And I'm really wishing that this pandemic be over so that I can benefit from the 210 days to travel to different paths so that I could be a part of the lives of the people. Because the world is really a global village. We are all interconnected.
That's beautiful. Well, thank you so much. Merci beaucoup for your time today and sharing your wisdom. And I really hope that you get to travel so more people get to meet you in person, and hopefully I will someday too. Thank you so much, Prabha. Really appreciate you giving your time and sharing that wisdom with us.
Merci, Suzanne. The pleasure is mine. Thank you so much for the opportunity. to be able, I wouldn't say to talk about my wisdom, but be able to have this conversation with you where I've got to learn from you. So we just hope that we'll have more opportunities to learn from all of you. Thank you, IC3. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the festival. And look forward to seeing you dancing on Friday.
Hopefully you are going to be there.
Yes, definitely. Okay, thank you.
Thank you once again.
Thank you.